he thinks or he makes you think that you're better. Because maybe you're richer, maybe you're from a better country, or maybe you have more knowledge. He makes you think you're better. And what happens is, you start judging. Oh no, brother, you're doing that wrong. No, sister, you're doing that wrong. And by the end of Hajj, you did not build up your relationship to Allah. You were wasting your time judging others. Now, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, going back to the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the host. Just imagine the following, just to make us understand. Imagine you invite to your place, to your home, these brothers. And to each brother you have a special connection. You love them. They are your best friends. And you invite them home to give them the best of food you prepared and to host them. And now imagine one of them comes to you as the host and says, you know what, this guy is not a good guy. This guy, he drinks alcohol. This guy, he goes to clubs, he does clubbing. This guy has... And he starts listing the mistakes and the sins or whatever, uncomfortable things, secrets maybe even, of your guests. Let's be honest. Wouldn't we as a host say, who are you? Who are you to speak bad about my guests? I invited them to my home because I saw something good in them, because I have a special connection to them, because I love them for whatever reason. So who are you to talk bad about them? Now, keeping that in mind, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the host. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited each of those pilgrims because He saw something good in their hearts. So who are we? Who are we to speak ill? To speak ill of the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? They may be Sunni, Shia, Ahmadi, Tabliki, whatever you may call them. Tawheedi, or whatever you may call them. But at the end of the day, they are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saw something in their hearts, something good in their hearts, that He invited them to His house. So this is what we take from Hajj, my dear brothers and sisters. Because the fact that we are living is a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fact that even your enemy is living is a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't know whether that enemy you might have, that person you think so bad of, we don't know if he might be at the end of the day a better person than you. You might be judging him for a sin he has already been forgiven for. And therefore, to wrap this up, my dear brothers and sisters, it's so important to base our love, to base our relationship towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala based on love. Because only when we truly love each other, only when we are able to worship Allah with love, we will even love each other. We will start loving each other. We will start being merciful towards each other. We will start be judging each other in a fair way. And what's the fair way of judging? Don't judge at all. That's the fairest way as a human being to judge. Don't judge at all. Because wallahi, if we start judging, then know that you will be standing in front of Al-Malik. You will be standing in front of Al-Malik. You will be standing in front of Al-Hakam. And you will be standing in front of Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, who is the forgiver of all sins. You will be standing in front of the most merciful. You will be standing in front of Al-Wadud, the ever-loving, who loves each one of us more than our own mothers. So how is it that we take this courage to judge one another? Let's try, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, let's try our best by acknowledging that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Hakam, the absolute, the most fair judge, that we become servants of Al-Hakam, that each one of us become Abdul Hakam, that each one of us become Abdul Hakam, and that we judge fairly, between human beings. And by doing this, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, insha'Allah, by doing this, we'll be able to raise a generation based on love and mercy. And this is how the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will definitely come together. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us if we have judged anyone unjustly. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to safeguard us from judging anyone without knowing the context behind it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept these beautiful days of Dhul Hijjah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our parents, to forgive all of us, and to join us all in Jannatul Firdaus al-Ala with Habibullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا برحمتك واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يضل من وعليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر عداك أعداء الدين واجعل هذا البلد آمنا مطمئنا سخاء رخاء وسائر بلاد المسلمين اللهم وفق إخواننا في مقدونيا اللهم وفق إخواننا في نمسا اللهم وفق إخواننا في سريلانكا اللهم وفق إخواننا في السودان وفي يمن وفي برما وفي فلسطين وفي شيشان وفي أفغانستان وفي باكستان يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم وفق إخواننا في كل مكان يا رب العالمين